Ignore the chickens in the background, but welcome back to the 12th Men Podcast with your hosts Dylan Brode
and Ellie Seagraves. Alright, well, we got the chickens taken care of. We fed them, so that should distract them for a while.
Yeah. So, what are your chickens' names? Before we go into other stuff.
Okay, so we have Dolly. We have 3 chickens. We got Dolly Parton, we got Batman, and we have a really small chicken named Jimbo because he lays tiny eggs and he's a disappointment. So, there you go, Jimbo.
There you go. Well, we're going to kick it off with opening weekend against Elon for our number 1 ranked Aggie baseball team. They're still number 1 going into the second week, playing McNeese. And,
So, see, started off Friday. Started off a little slow, though, right?
It did. The couple first innings were... They're a little nerve-wracking. I'm just be honest. Like, they were a little out there. We started off with a 2-0 deficit against Elon, and I was like, what's going on here, guys? But we came back to win 4-2. Hit a couple good hits in the late innings. And then on Saturday, I actually got the chance to go to the game. Shout out Mr. Budden for hooking me up with tickets. She's really mad at me.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I had a track meet, but I was watching on ESPN, following along.
For sure.
But yeah.
We ended up ruling them 16-6 in the 7th inning. So again, we started off a little rough. We started off 2-0. We had a really bad first inning. It was pretty bad. But in all Aggie magic, we ended up coming back. Yeah. They just ran out of pitchers is their problem. And
pitcher day 1 did pretty good.
He did, yeah.
And I guess the opening day nerves, that's what got us kind of moving slow at the start. But at least we know how to win our opening game, unlike some other teams in Austin.
We're not going to say any names. We're just going to let that sink in.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're undefeated, though.
We're not 2-1.
We're not 2-1.
In a classic that we... Never mind.
It's an unranked team. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead. Moving on. Okay.
Moving on.
But yeah, our pitching, we had Ryan Prager. I was really impressed with Miles Patton yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I was excited to see him.
I didn't know who he was, but he pitched really good.
He did. First game.
He did, yeah.
And then Jace had a grand slam. Caden Kent did too, but Jace, 3 home runs total for the weekend.
Yes, 3 home runs from Jace this weekend.
Closing on that record.
Yeah, one of which was a grand slam. One of Caden's was also a grand slam on Sunday, which that was a pretty good win. That gave me some flashbacks to the Oregon game.
Oh,
yeah, the Supers. But yeah, it was just a really cool experience. That was actually great. Jace's grand slam was the one that I was filming. I was like, I'm gonna film one. I'm gonna show all my friends who this guy is, and that was the hit.
Yeah, and we're all big Caden Kent fans, so
for sure.
He's awesome.
Oh yeah, we love Caden Kent.
We also had some other standout players from opening weekend.
Yes.
Starting with Wyatt Hensler.
Yeah, he's the second baseman. Yeah, I talked about him a little bit last week too, but I don't know, he's just a well-rounded player.
Neighbors have chickens too.
They need food.
They got a lot more than us. Maybe we need to go feed them. But yeah, Wyatt Hensler.
Yeah, so Wyatt Hensler had a really good opening night. He's one to keep watching out for as the season keeps going. Jacob Galloway, the catcher, he also had a good opening night and a good game yesterday. He swapped out with Bear Harrison on Saturday, but he played Friday and Sunday and had his first home run in maroon and white. So
yeah, exciting to see him get started.
Terrence Kill Jr. the second. He's also one to keep watching out for.
Yeah, he was just chilling in the right field, just sitting back, watching it all go down.
That was a pretty cool catch that he made look easy.
I think we definitely need to cover the best student section in the nation, our Aggie student section, in addition to that baseball game. I mean, the ball 5 chant, that's always going to mess
Section
up.
Section 203 was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we got to ball 9 a couple times over the weekend.
Yeah, and they get loud. Each time he throws another ball, it just gets louder and louder.
True story. Yeah, we had one of the other pitchers on Elon. His name was Cade Mustard. Man, there was some condiments being yelled. They yelled relish, mayonnaise, ranch, sriracha, soy sauce. They just named whatever condiments came to mind. And I can just imagine like somebody up there be like, hey guys, here's all the condiments that we just need to chant at this guy.
And getting the whole student section to do it in sync with each other.
It's pretty impressive.
It's impressive, and it didn't mess him up, and he threw, we got like a home run right.
Man,
right
that's
that
right
too.
when Caden Kent hit his grand slam.
Yeah,
So I guess the relish chants worked.
they do.
Yeah. But yeah, we also just like trains and the bubbles, and I just love the environment on Aggie baseball games. Like, they're just so cool.
Environment in any of the sports. I mean, the student section across the board.
Yeah.
Basketball showing up, and especially football games. Love.
Yeah. And they brought back
And they
Power
brought
this
back
year.
Power, yeah.
And that was the first game was really hype against Notre Dame.
I was impressed they kept that a secret. The Power
Yes.
coming back for opening day.
I was too.
Yeah, so just opening weekend as a whole, pretty good start to the season.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the season. Should go a long way.
Yeah. And then Saturday for that game, the basketball team was there.
They were.
They showed up
after their win.
Yeah, they on their 5-game win streak beat Arkansas 69-61. Wade Taylor, I mean, he's just amazing. Top scorer for that game,
Yes.
18 points, and he's 85 points away, I think it is, from putting himself on the all-time leading scorer board for A&M. But we do have this next few weeks is going to be big. We've got Mississippi State, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Florida, and Auburn. So some big top 5 ranked teams in there, 3 in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it shows
Some of those are away, right?
Yeah, some of them are away. But I mean,
road
SEC
games.
has taken over men's basketball.
They
Like,
have.
we're having a really good season as a collective whole, and they released standings right now for March Madness. So we're number 2 seed as it falls right now, and ranked 8 overall still for the whole season. So I mean, we're doing really good. I'm excited for March games to start. And
Yeah,
all
me too.
That.
Yeah, our just Aggie sports are doing good in general. Like, we have basketball ranked number 8, baseball ranked number 1, softball is ranked number 7, all top 10. We have men's track in the top 10, women's track in the top 10, men's tennis in the top 10, and volleyball finished out their season a couple months ago in the top 10. So, I don't know. Well-rounded A&M sports. But yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the top 10 ranked track team?
Oh yeah, so track ran at Clemson this weekend. We got a few all-time records and school records for that. Megan Roberts, who ran at College Station a couple years ago, she's been having an amazing season, amazing inter and cross season too. She moved up to number 2 all-time for the 3K. She ran 9:19, which was very exciting to see because she's been working really hard.
Now, is she like number 2 in A&M or like the overall?
Number 2 just for A&M right now, but she's working her way up there to
that's
number
awesome.
2 all time too. And then we had some 60-meter hurdle records. Covington for the women's, she tied her own school record of 8:01. And then in the men's 60-meter hurdles, JQ with 7:55 for the school record.
Yeah.
So very exciting to see that. And then men's, we clean sweep for that. We went 1, 2, and 3. So they did amazing. And Deborah for the girls' mile, man, she's been doing really well. She got second fastest time in school history with 4:38. So she's doing a tremendous job.
Yeah.
Excited to see them. They got SECs, I think, in a couple weeks. So excited to see that.
Yeah.
And then last week we didn't get to cover Super Bowl because it just happened. But I don't think anyone saw that game turning out the way it did. But
No, I didn't.
I was
That's
going
for sure.
for the Eagles. I know.
Me too.
Yeah, you were too. So I was very excited to see that. We had some Aggies playing. Braden Mann and Anaya Smith both got their first Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for them.
The
both.
first of many, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, and we got a lot of good wide receivers from the transfer portal for A&M football this season.
Yeah, and it's much needed. We didn't really have a number 1 wide receiver this past year. That's just been like that big target that we could go to, kind of like we did in the past. But I mean, I hope during this off season, Marcel Reed can just really work with these guys and pull something together with the offense this season. Because I mean, looking back the past couple of years, Connor Wigman, when he was here, he had a different offensive coordinator each year. So I mean, that's
It was
hard.
just tough for him, yeah.
That's hard for him to get going, and I wish him the best out at Houston. I was sad to see him go, especially like after helping us out at the end of last season and just everything he's gone through with the program. But I wish the best for him and really excited for football again to start this
Yeah,
year.
I'm excited for Marcel Reed to start again.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good when it came to the
LSU game, like that.
The LSU game,
that
yeah.
spark.
That was a
And
pretty good game for him.
He run and throw, and he can do it all. He just has to have those receivers there.
Yep.
And I think that will develop over this offseason with Elko, and I think we can pull it together for
I agree.
this next
It
year.
just makes it easier if you have the same receivers to throw to,
Yeah.
instead of just new people every year.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all of our time that we have today. Thanks for watching the 12th Man podcast. Make sure that you follow us we got a YouTube channel and Spotify.
Go follow us on both.
Make sure you go follow us on both. It's the 12th Man podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. Or I also learned that you can search up our names on Spotify and it also pops up. So yeah, that was something really cool. They are also in our Instagram bio, so make sure you go look them up. Follow us on Instagram, the same thing, the 12th Man podcast.
Yeah, so thanks again for listening, and we'll be okay, put it in the car. So yeah, thanks again for tuning into the 12th Man podcast, and we'll be releasing another episode real soon. Thanks and gig 'em. The chicken is like
Chickens
an
are
egg
really
right now.
loud.
And of course now they're quiet. Wait,
Anyway,
there we go. Let's see how
Yeah,
bad that noise is.
it's right when we start talking.
Yeah.
They're laying a really fat egg.